TypeScript sessions, you cannot work on Angular. So it is mandatory that you must have good knowledge on TypeScript. So we will learn that. So in this class, we are going to discuss TypeScript and after TypeScript, Angular. Actually, to finish these two, it will take 2 months of time. So to finish both TypeScript and Angular, it will take 2 months of time to finish all the concepts. So what topics are discussed and what are the contents discussed? I will upload a document and I will give you a Google Classroom code. There you can follow our daily notes, daily classroom examples and notes. I will upload into Google Classroom and I will give you that Google Classroom code at the end of the session. You can follow that, and there you will find all these contents that we are discussing in the class. There I will upload course content. You can go through. That means all the topics that are discussed in this Angular course, complete list will be there. You can go through that, right? After going through that, if you have any doubts in the next session, you can ask anything. It is relevant to that course. Okay. So here you are going to learn two concepts. What are those? TypeScript and Angular. These are the two basic things you are going to learn. Okay. Now, what we need to understand and how we to start working with this Angular, I will give a overview. Actually, one more clarity I will give you. So you are learning Angular, not Angular JS. There are two different. Many people are confused. So first, I have to give an option idea on this. We are going to learn Angular, not Angular JS. Actually, Angular JS is there and Angular is there. Both are different. Angular JS, now it is less in number. All companies are migrating from Angular JS to Angular. Angular JS is old, but it is still being used in companies. Some companies ask Angular JS and you are not suitable for that. Understood? So Angular JS jobs, you are not suitable. You are suitable for Angular jobs. Angular is different. Angular JS is different. If you learn Angular, you can learn Angular JS very easily by yourself also. But both are completely different. If any company is asking Angular JS, that means not you. You are not Angular JS developers. You are Angular developers. Angular is different. Angular JS is different. What are those differences? We will discuss in next levels. We will learn about them, right? So we are not learning Angular JS. We are learning Angular. Actually, for example, you see companies. Suppose we have, this is a Naukri site. In this Naukri site, we are searching for, suppose, Java developer or .NET developer, something. And when you search for Java developer, .NET developers like that, you will see they will ask here some requirement. Full stack developer, Java full stack developer. In this you can see, so they ask the knowledge of these. You see they are asking Angular. They are asking Angular. And not everybody may ask Angular. See, some companies, TCS is asking Angular JS. Angular JS is different again. So Angular is different, Angular JS is different. Some people think that, means they say that Angular JS is outdated. Angular JS is not outdated. Angular JS stopped. Stopped means they stopped developing its versions, but it is still in use. Still in use. You see who is asking? TCS is asking, and this is 12 days ago. 12 days ago, they posted this job, and TCS is asking. That means TCS will ask outdated technology. That means they have general idea what they are asking. So because some of your friends or anybody may tell you that Angular JS is outdated and all, it's not outdated, it is stopped. But still companies are using the same older version. Their projects are running in that version, so they have to continue. So some companies will ask Angular JS. So we are not learning Angular JS, we are learning Angular. Differences I will tell you. What is Angular JS and Angular I will tell you. So first you need to be clear about this point. Are we learning Angular JS? Are we learning Angular? Okay. So we are going to learn Angular, and that also which version? 15. 15 is very, very latest. Just few weeks back it is released. So we will start with 15. We will understand old versions also. So we will learn both. Okay. So one more question here is, the main question is, many people are confused like Angular or React. Many people are confused like which one is best, which one to learn, because one of the competition people think about Angular is React. Angular, React. Generally, people have some wrong assumptions and idea. I will tell you. Generally, it is not Angular or React. Angular and React. In the current generation, software developer should learn both, not any one. Actually, companies will use both Angular as well as React. These two are required in the current generation. If you are a fresher, any one is enough. You can learn either Angular or React. Any one is okay. But if you are experienced, having some experience, then you should have knowledge of both. Because in the same company, same project, so both are used. Angular is used as well as React. So for example, you are a .NET developer, Java developer, PHP developer, Python developer, or UI developer. So companies look for both Angular and React. Some companies projects are in React, some are in Angular. If you know only React, then you are not suitable for Angular jobs. If you know only Angular, you are not suitable for React. So for example, I will show here same. In this Naukri, you can observe here, I am searching for Java full stack developer or .NET full stack developer. Anything you can search. You will see here company, they are asking Angular. They are asking Angular. Let's check some companies. You can see, so companies are asking for Angular, and some will ask for React, some will ask for both. You see, they are asking for React. This is also Java only, right? Some companies are asking for Angular, some are asking for React, and you can see some are asking for React, right? And you can see some companies may ask for both Angular and React. You see, they are asking both Angular and React. So it is not a choice, because many people ask which one is good. which one is trending, which one I should learn. Actually, both are required in the current generation, because for few months you may worked on a project and that project is Angular. After that project work is done, you are shifted to another project. There may be React. If you don't learn both, then after this is finished, you will be kicked out because you don't know React. Understood? That means lifelong you will not work with Angular, or lifelong you will not work with React. So in the current generation, software developers need to have complete knowledge of Angular and React like technology. Right? It is not a choice for a fresher. Anyone is enough. And what is difference between Angular and React also I will explain. We will discuss that. Okay. Then you will understand where Angular is used, where React is used, what are the differences between them. We will discuss that. So I have to just clear the confusion to you that Angular is different, Angular JS is different. React and Angular are different, but React and Angular both are very much required in the current generation. So if you are a Java, .NET, UI, full stack, any kind of web developer, to survive and to get jobs, currently you need knowledge of Angular and React. Compulsory, right? But if you are learning Angular, it's enough, because you are fresher enough. For a fresher, anyone is enough. For an experienced person, they expect both. They expect both, right? I hope everyone is clear in this, right? Yeah. So now we will see technically what is Angular and why we need that Angular and all. Let's see the first. I just given an overview till now. Let's go technically now. First question is, what is Angular? The first thing you need to understand what is Angular. What is Angular? What is the concept of Angular, right? Let's see. For example, if we ask what is Java, what do you say? Java is some programming language. C, C++, Java, these are all what? Some programming languages. So if we ask what is Angular, technically, actually, Angular is a developer's platform. Angular is a developer's platform. Angular is a developer's platform. What is meant by developer's platform? Language, okay. What is a developer's platform? What do you think a developer's platform means? Actually, many times when you listening to Angular related YouTube videos or online websites, majority of people will tell you Angular is a framework. But Angular is not just a framework, it is technically a developer's platform. It is more than that. Angular is officially developer's platform. Now tell me, as a software developer, what is a developer's platform means? What is meant by developer's platform? Have you ever heard about that? Okay, I will tell you one point. For example, for a software developer to build application, what they need? To build application, what they need some languages, libraries, frameworks. Am I right? To build an application is built by using a language, library, and a framework. Not only building, after building application, to control application flow, we need some frameworks. For example, Java is a language, microservices is a framework, Hibernate, Spring, microservices, these are frameworks. .NET C Sharp is a language, ASP.NET MVC, these are frameworks. PHP is a language, Code Igniter, Cake PHP, these are frameworks. Python is a language, Django, Flask, these are frameworks. So to build an application, you need language, library, as well as framework. Okay. After building application, how to check is that application is according to client requirements or not? After building application, how to check is that application according to client requirement or not? For that, what we do, we use testing. For that, you use separate some testing tools. Am I right? Testing frameworks, testing libraries, testing tools. For development, we need separate library framework. For testing, we need separate library and framework. After that, to make that application live so that everybody can start using it, then for that, you need some other tools. So a developer needs different types of tools from building to deployment. That means you have to build application, you have to test application, you have to deploy application. Deploying means publishing so that it will be started using by clients, so that clients can start using that application. That is called as deployment. We developed a website. After developing website, we need to deploy so that they can use it. So a developer needs lot of tools to build application, to control application flow, to test application, and to deploy. And for that, we need to set up, install different tools, because Java is not inbuilt having testing tools. It depends on some third party. So .NET is not having everything. It depends on some third party. So a developer needs lot of tools from building to deploying. If a technology is providing all of these to developer, then it is called developer's platform. Understood? So what is a developer's platform? What is a developer's platform? What you understood now? Developer's platform means, a developer's platform means it provides end-to-end solution for developer. End-to-end solution means from building to deploying. Whatever tools, libraries, frameworks are required, everything is provided by this technology. So Angular is more than what people think about it. Angular is more than what generally people tell you about it. Majority of people, when they tell you about Angular, they will tell Angular is framework, but it is more than a framework. A developer's platform means what? A developer's platform means it provides end-to-end solution, end-to-end solution for developer. End-to-end solution for developer means it provides all tools required. You can say it provides all languages, framework, library, and tools required for developer. So it provides solution from building to deploying. So from building to deploying, whatever required, everything is provided by this Angular. So Angular is a developer's platform. It provides all these things to you. I will show you here. Let's see the official website of Angular, right? We will see the official website of Angular. Actually, this is official website of Angular. This is the official website of Angular. You can see what they are saying about Angular. They say Angular, what is it? The modern web developers platform. Officially, Angular people are saying that we are a platform. We are a platform. Majority, all YouTube channels or general tutorials online, they will tell you Angular framework. Even in several job requirements also, they mention Angular framework. But it is more than a framework. More than a framework. Those people are telling you only about framework. But learning Angular is about learning everything. That means now we are going to learn not Angular just as framework. We are going to learn Angular as a platform. Right? That means you are going to learn as a developer's platform means you will learn how to build application. You will learn how to test application and you will learn how to deploy application. That means you will be able to build the application. You will be able to test the application and you will be able to make the application live. We will learn how to deploy also. I will show you how to deploy on cloud so that our application will be live and anybody can start using that application. So Angular is technically a developer's platform. It's a developer's platform. Is it clear? Right? What is a developer's platform? A developer's platform provides end-to-end solution for developer. End-to-end solution means building application, testing application, and deploying. 3 phases will be there: building, testing, and deploying. All these things are provided. Actually, so many internal things will be there. We can build, we can debug, we can test, we can deploy, so many things will be there. Everything is provided by Angular. Clear? Right, good. Now the question is here. History we will learn later. First we will learn technically what it is. Now the question is, why we need Angular? That is the second point. First one is clear, that Angular is a platform for building, deploying, testing the application we can use. Now, why we need Angular? What kind of things we can build with Angular? Now you need to understand why we need technologies like Angular, React and all. Why we need Angular? How it is used in real-time environment, you need to understand. To answer this, why we need Angular, you need to know some questions. So you need to answer some more questions. Then you can answer this. Actually, some more questions you need to answer to handle this one, right? What are those questions? I will give separate points here. Means before coming back to this answer, you need to learn some more. First one is, what are the basic requirements to build a traditional traditional web application. What are the basic requirements to build a traditional web application? Suppose I want to build a traditional web application. Web application, like, take example of, suppose you take example of like Flipkart. This is Flipkart. You take example of like Amazon. You take example of like Netflix. That means we have some applications like Netflix, like this. Now the question is, what are the basic requirements to build like this? What are the basic requirements to build a traditional web application like Amazon, like Flipkart, like Netflix? Like, what are the basic requirements to build like this? Yeah, actually, the basic requirements for building like this. So first important is in the front end. In the front end, you need HTML, you need CSS, you need Bootstrap, you need JavaScript, you need jQuery, you need, so traditional I am telling you, jQuery, like SAS, like less, all these are required. Traditionally, to build an application, traditional web application, we need HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, SAS, and less like tools in the front end. In the back end, actually, in the back end, you need databases like Oracle, like MySQL, like SQL Server, like MongoDB. These are database. You need JSP, like PHP, like ASP. So you need languages like C#, like Node, server side, like you need Node.js. So you need Java. All these are required. So to build an application in the front end and back end, you need all these. So all these, so many are required. That means these are all the basic requirements, traditional requirements for building an web application. Depending on requirements, we use certain databases, certain server side technologies, certain languages in the backend. But these are the basic requirements to build a traditional web application. Now we are building web applications and we are developing web applications by using all these. We are doing that, right? Now we are doing that from several years. From several years, we are building application. Angular, React like technologies came in 2014. Angular and React like applications came in 2014. They came in 2014. Before 2014, no internet, no shopping, no sites, nothing. Everything is there, right? Then why suddenly everybody have to learn React and Angular like concepts now? That means already we are building applications for web from several years, and we are using all these technologies for building an application. Then suddenly, why you need some new technologies like Angular, React? Why you need them? Actually, for that, so important is generally, so these are the basic requirements. So here the point is, what are the challenges? What are the challenges in modern web development? What are the challenges in modern web development? So this is traditional web application. You see, this is traditional web application. Traditional web applications are these. Traditional web applications are these. We are building by using these technologies in the front and back end. What are the challenges in modern web development? Modern web development means currently 10 years back, 5 years back, how websites are developed, and now how they are developed, lot of changes. Lot of changes. That means even a person who is working in company as a web developer from several years, means from past 15-20 years he is working as a web developer. Now he need to learn new technologies, because whatever old technologies he learned, they are not enough now. Whatever the old technologies he is working on, they are not enough in the current generation. Why they are not enough for the current generation? Let's see one point here. What are the challenges in the modern web development? Let's see. First important point is actually, so more than 80% of users are using web from smart devices. Smart devices. Will you agree? Right? That means more than 80% of users are using web from smart devices. Earlier it was not like that. I hope, I don't know from how many years you know internet. You know, 4, 5 years, 6 years back, we need to go to an internet point, pay 30 rupees, 20 rupees per hour. We have to use internet from an internet point. Do you have idea? Have you experienced that? Are you now going anywhere? No. That means what change is, 80% of users, still some people will go because they are not using smartphones. They don't have access to smartphones. Then usually they come, they go to any internet point or e-seva somewhere. They will say, download this application for me, fill up this form and submit for me. So because majority of users are using smart devices. So what happened with smart devices is, smart devices don't have the same bandwidth how your laptop and desktop is having. We call it as bandwidth. That means actually smart devices will have low bandwidth. Smart devices usually have low bandwidth. When they have low bandwidth, so then complex information cannot come on to them. Complex information cannot come on to them. That means usually here smart devices having very less bandwidth, whereas these laptops and desktops have high bandwidth. Because of high bandwidth, a high heavy application can come on to them, but a heavy application cannot come on to the devices like smartphones, tabs and all. So the problem is less bandwidth, very low bandwidth. So what happened is, see, I will tell you the situation here. You can see here, the situation is here. Suppose less bandwidth means, I will tell you one point. Suppose we have Facebook. So Facebook, or say YouTube. So we have YouTube website. Actually, we are accessing and using this YouTube on our PC or desktop like PC or laptop like device. Now the same YouTube we are trying to access. That means actually people brought smartphones earlier. Smartphones. That means everybody don't have smartphone earlier. So some people brought these smartphones. They started using smartphones. So YouTube was not prepared for them. YouTube people were not prepared for the people who are using smartphones. They were targeting only for laptop and desktop. But some people purchased smartphones. Smartphones came into market. Everybody don't know smartphones at that time. Then what happened on smartphones and devices? They give browsers. I hope you know one of the popular browser, Opera Mini. You know, I am talking about the situation in the early days of smartphone where we don't have YouTube app. Have you used smartphones from the time YouTube app not available? YouTube, Facebook apps not available. Anybody have that experience? You are all recently using smartphones means you don't know that. But people who started using smartphones in the beginning of smartphones, they know this. Earlier, we don't have Amazon app, Flipkart apps, YouTube apps. We used to open browser. In a browser, we have to visit those websites. Do you know that? Right? In that case, generally what happens is, actually what happens here is, technically, this YouTube was not prepared for smartphone, but somebody is trying to access. Then what YouTube people done is, they started optimizing. They started optimizing. Optimizing means compress the content and send to smartphone. That means they haven't designed any separate for smartphone. If a request is coming from smartphone, then YouTube people started compressing it and sending to smartphone. It is called optimizing. When they started optimizing and sending to smartphone, some problems are there. The problem is nothing but how I am watching on my desktop or laptop and what features I am having on desktop and laptop, the same not there in smartphone. Some options are missing. Some options are not properly available. Then we ask the question to them that why on mobile this option is not there. Then they will say that this is optimized for mobile. All features are not available. That means I hope you know you are using MS Office in your phone also. In your phone, MS Word is there. Am I right? Same settings, same options in laptop also. Laptop, in a laptop, you have MS Word or Excel. So in a mobile also, you have MS Word and Excel. All features are same. Huh? No, on mobile, it is compact. Compact means less features, less options. That means if you ask why this option is not available, then they will say because you are using mobile, this option cannot be provided to you. But now in the current generation, we don't want like this. In the current generation, we want applications in such a way that in every device, they should have same experience. In every device, they should work in the same way. How I am watching Facebook on my laptop, the same experience I should have on my mobile. This is a challenge for web developers. We call this as unified user experience. We call it as unified user experience. UX is user experience. User experience. What is unified user experience? Unified user experience means an web application must be in such a way that it should have same experience across any device. That means how it is working on a desktop or a PC or a laptop, the same experience must be on mobile. What options it is showing on my desktop or laptop, the same options must be on mobile. You cannot have a point like because mobile some features are missing. We don't want like that. So building an application, we have to build an application with what kind of experience? Unified experience. This is not easy. This is not easy. This is one of the bigger challenge for software developers. You have to build application in such a way that that application should run on every device. That application should have same experience on every device. This is not easy job. That is very difficult. That means even transporting a file from one mobile to another mobile through Bluetooth is a very difficult task. Lot of logic, lot of technology is required in that. I hope you people know. Achieving a small concept, listening to that is easy, that but implementing is very difficult. Designing application like that is a very difficult job. This is one of the bigger challenge current generation is facing. Why? Because somebody comes to us, he says that I am opening a medical store and I want a website for this, and I want this website in such a way that on mobile also it should work properly. That is everybody's requirement these days. He will say that it should work on laptop, desktop, it should work on mobile. Then we ask him, do you want me to develop a mobile app for you? He will say that no, 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 I don't want mobile app. I want a web application only, but it should work on mobile. Why he don't want mobile app? Because mobile app will again have a problem like Android, iOS. You know, na? Some Android apps are not available on iOS. From iOS apps are not available on Android. They have to develop different for them. I hope you know that, right? That means they say that no, no, we don't want any mobile app, general web application only, but